Hey, I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group. And I'm Josh. I am also vigilantly battling in recovery the diseases of addiction and mental health because I have co-occurring disorders, and I've been battling addiction since I was 20 when I told everyone that, yeah, I'm an addict, which was a double-edged sword in some cases, because when I'd go out and make runs or go off the grid, I would just tell people, well, you know, I already told you when I was 20 that I'm an addict, so what did you expect? And that's just a terrible, unfortunate way to look at things. But having finally gotten it together and the universe kind of saying, Josh, we are going to fix this because you've just hit bottom, it's allowed me to be in recovery and be able to do these videos, because really the way that it works out is that you either end up in jails, institutions, or death. And since I've done 2 of the 3 of those things, I definitely don't want to do the third, and that's why you're seeing me here now doing these daily readings. So from Keep It Simple, we are working on August 13th. So here we go. Keep it simple, August 13th. Once a spoken word flies out, you can't catch it. Russian proverb. We've said many mean words. Our words most often hurt the people we love. We can never really take back those words, but we're learning now to speak with care. We know that words have a lot of power. What do we say when we're angry, when we want something, when we're trying to be kind? Now, think about this. People will remember our words. If we're honest and careful in our speech, people will respect us. But if we say things to force our will, we may be sorry later. Prayer for the day. Higher power, speak through me today. Action for the day. Today I'll ask one question of the person I love the most. How have my words hurt you in the past? Then I'll talk with my sponsor about this. I actually really love that brief reading just because I've said some really, really terrible things to myself. So, there's nothing that anybody could say to me that's worse than the stuff that I say to myself. But when I was in active addiction, there were times where I would try and push people away. That way I could just isolate. I wasn't somebody that would go to clubs or parties or anything like that. I just used while I was by myself. I would just watch animated kids movies and just be doing stupid stuff and basically brutalizing my body because I kind of wanted to escape and just be a kid again, which is really weird. The Peter Pan complex, I guess, as they call it. But I do like that idea of, asking someone how my words have hurt someone. And there's one person in particular who's really close to me where I do need to make an amends. The more that I think about it, I always thought it was 2 people, but it's actually a third. And we actually have a good relationship and interaction. So I do need to make amends and kind of figure out, I know most of the times when I was in active addiction, the things that I said were vile and cruel, and they were meant to be because I was just trying to push people away. All I cared about was being an addict, and it wasn't what was in front of me. It was always when the next thing would be there, because I already had what I wanted in front of me, but I knew it would eventually be gone, so I was worried about how am I going to get more afterwards. But I don't worry about that anymore, and that's the beauty of the steps and working them and having a sponsor and a grant sponsor, is that I can lean on the fellowship, and they've chosen to love me until I can love myself, and I've finally gotten to that point. I do really weird stuff just because it was a practice that I saw in a TED Talk, and you basically put your hand over your heart and you say positive affirmations. And what I do is I say things like, Josh, I love you. Josh, you deserve to be loved. Josh, you are capable of loving other people. And Josh, you're capable of putting good, positive energy out into the world. And I'll say each one of those or one of those 30 times in the mirror, looking myself in the mirror, And at first it was really awkward, but now I'm actually able to do it, just like I did right now. And that's something that I hope for you, is that today you can talk to someone and ask them, how have my words hurt you? And then I hope that you'll be able to handle the response and not choose to use or make a run, but make a rational decision, and then kind of figure out how you're going to make amends for the words that you said to them, because words are powerful. So with that, I will say, please, subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch the videos, like the videos, and especially definitely use the comments if you're a newcomer or have time under your belt. We really want to create an accountability group that enables people from all over the US and beyond to be able to hold each other accountable, so that we can stay sober and really make an impact on the stigmatization of mental health and diseases of addiction. So I also have a Twitter handle, tag Building Hope, where we do a lot of work to support one another. If you go to Twitter, you can just put in hashtag recoveryposse or hashtag odaat, which is one day at a time, and you'll find that there are millions of people that are going through similar processes and have successfully gone through recovery, whether it's their first chip or it's a 50-year chip. There's a lot of support and a lot of good energy on Twitter. And then Instagram, that's tag recovery is our handle, and that's a lot more of quotes and both positive and the negative sides of what happens between recovery and relapse, because we try and cover both with quotes and vivid imagery. And I manage all three of those. I don't let anyone else manage those. The marketing team, they do their thing, but they don't touch any of those. You're actually dealing with me, the founder, who's been through the ringer and done these things, who's lived both of those lives, and hopes that you never ever have to go through that darkness again. Because being on the precipice of the abyss and looking into the darkness, and the darkness looking back at you and being like, okay, I'm gonna roll the dice and have this last hurrah because I've hit bottom, and then unfortunately your bottom is 6 feet under, and I've had that happen to too many people. So with that, I hope that you stay safe, stay strong, and stay sober. I'm Josh, and I am vigilantly battling in recovery the diseases of addiction and mental health. So thanks for letting me share.